Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Chill English Podcast. I'm Brian.
And I'm Alice. Today we have a very interesting question for you. Can you really learn English while sleeping?
Yeah, Alice, this topic always makes people curious. Imagine, you go to bed, you sleep, and when you wake up, you suddenly speak English fluently. Sounds amazing, right?
Honestly, Brian, if that's true, I think I would already speak 10 languages by now. Just sleep and boom, fluent.
That would be the dream. But is it reality or just a myth? That's what we're going to explore today.
Yes, in this episode, we'll talk about the science behind sleep and learning, what's true, what's not, and how you can actually use your sleep to help your English improve.
So stay with us until the end. We promise you'll discover practical tips, a little bit of fun science, and of course, some useful English vocabulary to take with you.
All right, Brian, let's get started. First, maybe we should talk about the big myth. Can you really just play English audio all night and wake up fluent?
Great starting point. Let's dive in.
So, Brian, let's start with the big question. I've seen so many videos online that say, learn English while you sleep. Just play English recordings all night and wake up fluent. Is that true?
I know, Alice. Those videos are everywhere. But let's be honest, if it were that easy, the whole world would already speak perfect English. Sadly, it doesn't work like magic. That's a myth.
A myth? You mean a false belief?
Exactly. A myth is something people believe, but it isn't true. You won't suddenly wake up with advanced English skills just by listening in your sleep.
That's disappointing. I was hoping I could just put on some headphones, play Harry Potter in English, and boom, I'd sound like a native speaker the next morning.
That would be amazing, but no. However, here's the interesting truth. While you sleep, your brain doesn't completely shut down. It's still very active.
Active? What does it do?
Think of your brain like a computer. During the day, you collect data, new vocabulary, grammar rules, conversations you hear. At night, while you sleep, your brain processes that data, like organizing files into the right folders.
Oh, like cleaning up my messy desk at night so it's ready the next morning?
Exactly, Alice. Sleep helps your brain consolidate memory. That means making the memory stronger and more stable.
So, if I study 10 new words before bed, my brain will remember them better?
Yes, research shows that reviewing right before sleep makes it more likely you'll remember in the morning.
Okay, but what about playing audio while sleeping? Does that really help?
Good question. If you play English recordings at a very low volume, your brain might pick up some patterns, like pronunciation rhythm or familiar sounds. But it doesn't give you new vocabulary magically.
So no instant fluency?
Nope. Listening while you sleep can reinforce what you've already studied, but it's not enough on its own. Imagine this. If you never studied Japanese and just played Japanese radio at night, would you wake up speaking Japanese?
No way, I'd just wake up confused.
Exactly. But if you already studied some Japanese words during the day, then listening at night could make those words feel more natural.
So the reality is, sleeping won't teach us brand new English, but it can support and strengthen what we learned when we were awake.
That's right. Sleep is like a partner in your learning journey. You do the active work during the day, and your brain does the organizing at night.
Nice. I like that idea. Me and my brain working as a team.
That's the spirit. And speaking of teams, let's explore how exactly sleep helps your brain learn English. All right, Alice. Now that we know sleep doesn't magically give us English, let's talk about what it can do. Because honestly, sleep is one of the most powerful tools for learning.
Really? I thought sleep was just, rest.
It is rest, but it's also brain work. When you sleep, your brain goes through different stages: light sleep, deep sleep, and REM sleep, which is when we dream.
Oh, I've heard of REM sleep. That's when I dream I'm flying, or eating pizza with a panda.
Exactly. But here's the cool part. During deep sleep and REM sleep, your brain is replaying memories from the day. It's like your brain is saying, okay, let's save this important English word. Let's strengthen that grammar rule.
Wow, so my brain is like a little librarian working at night to put information on the right shelf?
Perfect. That's a great image. This process is called memory consolidation. It means your brain takes short-term memories and turns them into long-term memories.
So if I study vocabulary before bed, my brain is more likely to keep it?
Yes, studies show that students who review before sleep remember more compared to those who review earlier in the day.
That's amazing. But does it only work for vocabulary?
Not only vocabulary, sleep also helps with grammar, listening skills, even pronunciation patterns. For example, if you practice a difficult English sound, like th in think, before bed, your brain will keep practicing it in a hidden way while you sleep.
That's so interesting. So sleep is like a free study session that happens automatically.
Exactly. And there's another benefit. Sleep clears out mental noise. If you don't sleep well, your brain feels foggy and it's harder to learn. But with good sleep, your brain is sharp and ready to learn more the next day.
Okay, let me make sure I got this. Sleep helps me. 1. Remember vocabulary better. 2. Practice grammar and sounds in the background. 3. Stay fresh and focused for new learning.
That's the perfect summary, Alice. Sleep is not just rest, it's part of the learning process.
Nice. So, if our listeners want to use sleep to their advantage, what should they actually do?
Great question. Let's give them some practical tips. All right, Alice. We've talked about how sleep helps with learning. Now let's give our listeners some practical ways to use this in their English study.
Yes, please. I want real steps I can try tonight.
Okay, here's tip 1. Review before bed. Spend 10 to 15 minutes looking at vocabulary or short sentences you studied that day.
So, no TikTok before bed? Just English words?
Exactly. Social media before bed keeps your brain too active. But reviewing English quietly helps your brain lock in the information.
All right, I'll try. 10 minutes of review, then sleep. Got it.
Tip 2. Listen to English audio while falling asleep. For example, you can play a short podcast, an audiobook, or some English dialogues at a low volume.
Low volume, right? Because if it's too loud, I'll just stay awake.
Exactly. It should be soft, like background music. The goal is not to study hard, but to let your brain hear the sounds in a relaxed state.
Okay, so my brain is kind of swimming in English sounds while I drift off.
That's a great way to put it. Now, tip 3. Use spaced repetition apps in the evening. These apps show you words again and again at the right time. If you use them before sleep, your brain will have a better chance to store the words.
Oh, like flashcards?
Yes, exactly. Flashcards, apps, or even your own notebook. The key is short, repeated review before bed.
Cool. What's the last tip?
Tip 4. Protect your sleep. Get at least 7 to 8 hours if you can. No good sleep means no good memory. Even if you study hard, without rest your brain can't save the information.
So, if I stay up until 3 a.m. watching Netflix, my English will actually get worse.
Maybe not worse, but definitely weaker. You'll forget faster and feel too tired to learn.
All right, so my homework tonight. 1. Review 10 words. 2. Play a soft English podcast. 3. Sleep early.
Perfect, Alice. And if our listeners do the same, they'll be surprised how much stronger their memory feels the next morning.
I like it. Simple but powerful. Okay, Brian, what about those funny questions people always ask? Like, can I dream in English and learn faster?
Ah, yes. Let's move into some fun Q&A about sleep learning.
Okay, Brian, time for some fun. I collected a few listener questions about learning English while sleeping. Ready?
I'm ready. Let's hear them.
Okay, Brian, time for some fun. I collected a few listener questions about learning English while sleeping. Ready?
Ah, the classic. The answer is no. Music is great for feeling the rhythm and emotion of English, but it won't magically make you fluent.
So listening to Taylor Swift all night won't make me sing like her in perfect English tomorrow?
Sorry, Alice, but it can make your ears more comfortable with English sounds, and maybe you'll remember a few catchy words.
All right, next question. What if I dream in English? Does that improve my skills?
Interesting one. Dreaming in English shows that your brain is processing the language. That's a good sign, but it doesn't give you new grammar or vocabulary. It just means your brain is practicing with what you already know.
So it's like free practice inside my head?
Exactly. It's fun, but you can't control it.
Okay, last question. Can I put my textbook under my pillow and learn by osmosis?
Definitely not. That's another myth. Putting a book under your pillow won't transfer the knowledge into your brain. Sorry, no shortcuts.
Too bad. That would save me so much time.
True. But remember, review before bed, get good sleep, and your brain will do its natural magic. No pillow tricks needed.
All right, I think we've cleared up some fun myths. Now, Brian, I think it's time for...
Vocabulary time.
Okay, Brian, now it's time for one of my favorite parts of the show. Vocabulary time.
Yes, this is where we share some useful words and phrases connected to today's topic. Ready, Alice?
I'm ready. What's the first one?
The first word is myth. A myth means a false belief or story that many people think is true.
Ah, like the myth that you can become fluent in English just by sleeping.
Exactly. Or the myth that putting your textbook under your pillow will teach you everything.
I wish that one worked. What's next?
The second phrase is memory consolidation. It sounds scientific, but it simply means the process of making memories stronger while you sleep.
So when I review new words before bed, my brain does memory consolidation at night?
Perfect example. Yes.
Nice. Okay, third word?
The third one is reinforcement. This means making something stronger by repeating it.
So if I listen to an English podcast before bed, it's not teaching me new words, but it's giving me reinforcement of what I already know.
Exactly. You're reinforcing your learning.
Cool. What about the fourth one?
Number 4 is exposure. Exposure means how often you experience or come into contact with something.
Oh, so when I listen to English songs every day, I'm giving myself more exposure to the language.
That's right. More exposure means more chances to learn.
And do we have one more?
Yes, the last one is passive learning. Passive learning is when you learn without active effort, like just listening while you relax.
So playing English audio while I sleep is a kind of passive learning?
Yes, but remember, it only helps a little. Active learning during the day is still the most important.
Got it. So today's words are myth, memory consolidation, reinforcement, exposure, and passive learning.
Perfect recap, Alice. Now let's bring it all together and wrap up with some final reflections.
All right, Brian, this has been such an interesting episode. I learned that I can't just sleep and wake up fluent in English.
Right, no magic tricks. But you did learn that sleep is still powerful for language learning.
Yes, sleep helps with memory consolidation, reinforcement, and exposure to sounds. It's like my brain is studying quietly while I rest.
Exactly. And the best part is, it's simple. Review before bed, listen to some gentle English audio, and get enough sleep. That's it.
So, to our listeners, don't skip your sleep and don't believe the myths. Use sleep as your secret partner in learning English.
Well said, Alice. And remember, real progress comes from small, daily practice. Learning English is not about doing everything at once. It's about being consistent.
Yes, a little every day, plus good sleep will take you further than you think.
We hope today's episode gave you both motivation and some new vocabulary. Try reviewing before bed tonight and see how much you remember tomorrow.
And let us know your experience. Do you dream in English? Do you feel your memory improving? We'd love to hear your stories.
Thank you so much for joining us today on the Chill English podcast.
We'll be back with more fun and helpful topics soon. Until then, keep learning, keep sleeping well, and keep believing in yourself.
Bye for now.